Imagine standing on a planet so different from the one we know today that it would feel like another world entirely. The air is thicker. The forests are stranger. The ground shakes, not from an earthquake, but from the footsteps of a creature the size of a building. A creature that ruled this planet for 165 million years. A creature so dominant, so powerful, so perfectly built for survival, that when it finally disappeared, it left a wound in the earth so deep, scientists can still feel it today. These were the dinosaurs. And today, we are going on a journey, back through time, back to the very beginning, to understand how they were born, how they lived, what they ate, and how they vanished. And somewhere along the way, we will ask a question that has fascinated thinkers for centuries. Is there any mention of these ancient creatures in the Quran? Stay with me. This is going to be extraordinary. How dinosaurs began to understand where dinosaurs came from. We have to rewind the clock, not by thousands of years, not by millions, but by over 250 million years. We are going to a time called the Permian period, when nearly all life on Earth was nearly erased. Around 252 million years ago, a catastrophic extinction event, scientists call it the Great Dying, wiped out roughly 96% of all marine species and about 70% of all land animals. The Earth was left scarred, silent, and nearly empty. But life, as it always does, found a way. From the wreckage of that extinction emerged a new era, the Triassic period. This was the dawn of an entirely new chapter. The continents were not arranged as we know them today. All the land on Earth was fused into one enormous supercontinent called Pangaea, and the climate was hot, dry, and largely desert-like. In this harsh landscape, a group of small, nimble reptiles began to evolve. These were the archosaurs, the ancestors of both crocodiles and dinosaurs. Over millions of years of gradual evolution, some of these archosaurs developed a key adaptation that would change everything. They began walking upright, with their legs directly beneath their bodies, rather than splayed out to the sides like a lizard. This simple structural shift gave them greater speed, endurance, and efficiency. And from these early upright reptiles, the very first true dinosaurs appeared, roughly 230 to 240 million years ago. These early dinosaurs were not the giants we picture today. They were small, roughly the size of a dog or a turkey. But they had something no creature before them had combined so effectively: speed, intelligence, and adaptability. They were built for a world that was about to change dramatically, and change it they did. Where dinosaurs lived. So where exactly did these animals live? The answer might surprise you. Everywhere. Dinosaur fossils have been discovered on every single continent on Earth, including Antarctica. When dinosaurs first appeared, all continents were joined together, meaning they could spread across the entire landmass freely. As Pangaea slowly broke apart over millions of years, dinosaurs evolved and adapted to the unique environments of each region they found themselves in. Some dinosaurs thrived in the dense, steaming jungles of what would become South America and Africa. Tall, ancient forests, where enormous plant eaters could strip entire trees bare. Others roam the wide-open floodplains of what is now North America, their footprints preserved in ancient mud that turned to stone over the millennia. Some species lived near rivers and lakes, wading through shallow waters. Evidence even suggests that some were surprisingly comfortable in cold, semi-polar environments. What's remarkable is the sheer variety of habitats they mastered. From scorching lowland deserts to lush river valleys, from open coastal plains to thick interior forests, dinosaurs were not confined to one kind of place. Like mammals today, different species specialized for different environments, filling every available ecological niche with breathtaking diversity. What dinosaurs ate. Music becomes more intense and dramatic. And now we come to one of the most fascinating aspects of dinosaur life. What did they actually eat? Dinosaurs were divided into 3 dietary groups, just like animals today. herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. And each group developed extraordinary adaptations to survive. The herbivores, the plant eaters, were often the largest of all. Consider the Brachiosaurus, a towering titan that could reach heights of up to 9 meters at the shoulder. It used its incredibly long neck to reach the canopy of trees the way a giraffe reaches treetops today, consuming vast quantities of leaves and vegetation just to fuel its colossal body. Similarly, the Diplodocus stretched up to 30 meters in length and likely consumed low-growing plants and ferns, using its wide, rake-like teeth to strip foliage with remarkable efficiency. Then there were the carnivores, the hunters, and none was more iconic than Tyrannosaurus Rex. The T-Rex was arguably the most powerful land predator that has ever existed. It stood nearly 4 meters tall at the hip, measured up to 13 meters in length, and possessed a bite force estimated at over 8,000 pounds per square inch, strong enough to crush bone. Its tiny arms, often mocked, were actually quite powerful, likely used for gripping prey during feeding, and its eyes were positioned forward-facing, much like a hawk's, giving it exceptional depth perception and making it a fearsome hunter. The Velociraptor, despite its terrifying portrayal in cinema, was actually much smaller than movies suggest, roughly the size of a turkey, though armed with a deadly curved claw on each hind foot and believed to be remarkably intelligent for its time. It likely hunted in coordinated groups, using speed and strategy rather than brute force. Then there were omnivores, dinosaurs that ate both plants and meat. The Oviraptor, for example, had a beak and powerful jaw that allowed it to crack open shellfish, eggs, and plants alike, making it one of the most versatile feeders of the Cretaceous period. How big were dinosaurs? We hear the word giant used loosely, but let us be honest with ourselves. Until you truly try to visualize the scale of these animals, the word doesn't do them justice. The Argentinosaurus, possibly the largest land animal ever to walk the earth, is estimated to have weighed between 70 and 100 tons. To put that in perspective, an adult male African elephant weighs about 6 tons. This single dinosaur weighed the same as roughly 15 to 17 elephants combined. Its body length stretched to about 35 meters, longer than 3 school buses parked end to end. Even a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which we think of as enormous, would tower over a double-decker bus when standing upright. Its skull alone could reach 1.5 meters in length, longer than most human beings are tall. And yet, not all dinosaurs were massive. The Microraptor was roughly the size of a crow. The Compsognathus, one of the smallest known dinosaurs, was about the size of a chicken. This incredible range in scale, from crow-sized to building-sized, is itself a testament to how extraordinarily diverse the dinosaur family truly was. Different types and species. So far, we have met just a few members of an enormous family. Paleontologists have identified over 1,000 distinct species of non-avian dinosaurs, and that number grows every single year as new fossils are discovered. Scientists believe we may have found fewer than half of all the species that actually existed. Dinosaurs are broadly divided into 2 major groups based on hip structure: the Saurischia, or lizard-hipped, which included both the massive sauropods like Brachiosaurus and the theropods like T-Rex and Velociraptor, and the Ornithischia, or bird-hipped, which included Triceratops, Stegosaurus, and the armored Ankylosaurus. The Triceratops had 3 horns and a massive bony frill around its neck, not merely decorative, but likely used for defense against predators and for visual communication within its own species. The Stegosaurus bore large diamond-shaped plates along its back, which modern research suggests may have been used to regulate body temperature. The Ankylosaurus was essentially a living tank, covered in thick bony armor, with a club at the end of its tail capable of shattering bone. One of the most intriguing groups were the pterosaurs, often mistakenly called dinosaurs, though technically they were winged flying reptiles closely related to them. The Quetzalcoatlus had a wingspan of up to 12 meters, making it the largest known flying animal in the history of life on Earth. And then there were the Spinosaurus, a semi-aquatic predator now believed to be even larger than T-Rex, spending much of its life in rivers hunting fish like a crocodile. The Great Extinction. And then, 66 million years ago, it all ended. The most catastrophic event in the last half-billion years of Earth's history struck with no warning. A massive asteroid, approximately 10 to 15 kilometers in diameter, slammed into what is now the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico at roughly 20 kilometers per second. The force of the impact was billions of times more powerful than the largest nuclear weapon ever detonated by humanity. The explosion instantly vaporized rock and ocean, sent shockwaves around the globe, and triggered earthquakes and mega tsunami of unimaginable scale. But the immediate blast was only the beginning. The real killer was what happened next. Enormous amounts of dust, ash, and debris were blasted into the upper atmosphere, blocking sunlight across the entire planet for months. Some estimates say years. Without sunlight, plants could not photosynthesize. Without plants, herbivores starved. Without herbivores, carnivores followed. The food chain collapsed, layer by layer, in a catastrophic domino effect. Scientists believe this event, known as the Chicxulub impact, was the primary cause of the mass extinction. But it was not working alone. In the tens of thousands of years surrounding this event, massive volcanic eruptions in what is now India, the Deccan Traps, were already pumping toxic gases and climate-altering material into the atmosphere. The climate was already under severe stress. The asteroid was, in the most brutal sense of the word, the final blow. Within a geologically short span, perhaps 10,000 to 100,000 years, approximately 75% of all species on Earth were wiped out. The non-avian dinosaurs were gone. An era that had lasted 165 million years came to a sudden violent end. And yet, here is something remarkable. The dinosaurs did not truly go extinct entirely. The birds that sing outside your window today are, in the most scientifically precise sense, living dinosaurs. They are the direct descendants of small feathered theropods, and the lineage has continued, unbroken, for 66 million years. Dinosaurs and the Quran. And now we arrive at a question that many Muslim viewers, in particular, may find deeply meaningful. Does the Quran mention dinosaurs? The honest and careful answer is, not by name, and not explicitly. The Quran is not a book of natural history or paleontology. It is a book of divine guidance, moral wisdom, and spiritual truth. We must be careful never to stretch its verses beyond what they clearly say. Mysteries and fascinating facts. Before we close, let us dive into some of the most extraordinary and lesser known facts about dinosaurs that even many science enthusiasts don't know. Did you know that many dinosaurs likely had feathers? The popular image of scaly, gray, lizard-like dinosaurs is increasingly outdated. Fossil evidence now shows that many theropod dinosaurs, including the ancestors of T-Rex, had feathers, at least at some stage of their life. Some of the most detailed fossils from China show perfectly preserved feather impressions. The dinosaurs of reality may have looked far more like exotic birds than the monsters of science fiction. Did you know that dinosaur sounds are entirely unknown? No fossil can preserve a voice. Every roar, screech, and growl in every dinosaur movie is pure artistic speculation. We genuinely have no idea what a T-Rex sounded like. Some researchers suggest, based on anatomy, that large dinosaurs may have produced deep, low-frequency sounds, perhaps more like the booming call of an emu than the roar of a lion. Here is another mystery. We still don't know for certain whether T-Rex was primarily a predator or a scavenger. One famous paleontologist, Jack Horner, spent decades arguing that T-Rex was too slow and its arms too small to be an effective hunter, and that it likely fed primarily on carcasses. Most scientists today believe it did both. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson the dinosaurs leave us with. not fear, not fascination, though both are appropriate, but perspective. The universe is ancient, life is resilient, and we, on this small blue planet, are newcomers in a story that began long, long before us. And God willing, will continue long after. Thank you for watching. If this video sparked something in you, curiosity, wonder, reflection, leave a comment below. Share this with someone who loves science or history. And subscribe, because we have only just begun to explore.